Okay guys, this is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre up in PA, and yeah, this is the big grand tournament over there. First and second place got a ticket to Vegas, and a bunch of Forge World stuff. Prize support, it was nice. The guy I was playing was this guy Matt from Cold Steel Ridge Gaming up from Maine. I'm pretty sure he flew down, he might have drove down, but he would have been pretty crazy. The mission was 5 objectives and kill points. 5 objectives was the main mission for 10 points. For 10 battle points, and kill points was 7, and then there was a few others for bonus and something about HQ for the tertiary objective. Now the game started, and he had infantry blob guard, which was pretty much 250 infantry, something along those lines. He's running 50-man combined platoons with commissars that give leadership named Stubborn to the squad. Lots of last guns, lots of random melty guns thrown in there. He had about 6 or 7 last cannons just in the individual squads. He also had Aramin outflanking with another 50-man platoon, which didn't come in until turn 4 or 5, luckily, which saved me completely. The 5 objectives were mainly in the middle. He was just sitting them with huge squads. As you can see there, the yellow and the pink guy, surprisingly, those are Inquisitors, and he had hoods, so he shut down most of my zone throws. I was still getting warp blasts off, but not as much as I would like. As we started the game, I deployed in a huge line, and literally my whole purpose was to bum rush him and trying to get into combat as quick as possible with Raveners and other units. He also ran forward, which surprised me. He didn't just park and shoot, so I was like, okay, let's do this. So I ran forward. The Tervagons ended up canceling out their spawn early on, so they couldn't spawn. I tied up 50-man platoons with squads of like 3 Raveners. They ran forward, tied combat, they killed like 2, and I would just sit there and tie, and my opponent would be like, what? So I actually managed to tie up a large number of guardsmen, which was nice. There was some crazy combats going on, which were pretty violent. I was trying to run up the side. As you can see, those Raveners over there, they were killing these 5-man squads that walked on from reserves, and the Trigon ran into combat, and a few other things. Yeah, he had junior command squads running away, because they were a kill point each on kill points, which is pretty nasty, because they can't combine to the 50-man platoon with the commissars. Over here, the Trigon made some bullshit amount of saves, and somehow lived, and, yeah, he literally, there was like 3 blocks of guardsmen. I might have killed 50 guardsmen within 3 turns of heavy close combat. It was not fun at all. Managed to get some outflanking Steelers, and by complete dumb luck, managed to actually do some damage. I halved one of the platoons. Literally, he had a bunch of half platoons at half strength. I was just kept doing as much damage as I could. I got into gauntlets. I was throwing gaunts. I was just trying to tie them up and do as much damage. Al-Rahim's squad came up, and I just couldn't deal with it. It parked on one of the objectives, and there wasn't much I could do about that. The Inquisitor literally stood on another objective, didn't score it, but it was still really annoying. The pieces of terrain were on fire, which was also annoying, so I had to take Dangerous anytime I tried to go through them. So I was just taking wounds, and Gaunts were dying, and Hive Guards were taking wound. That did get a little bit annoying. Raveners in his home objective, the objective right next to him, I managed to actually run and contest. I was just hitting anything I could with units to try and score and contest. And that's pretty much what happens. We contested almost everything on the board, so it ended up going to kill points, but he did have 1 extra more objective than me, so the end score was 15-5. He got that objective completely. He got, I think it was 2 objectives completely, and we contested 3. Or we contested 2, and then I had 1, and then he won on kill points because I killed like 4 kill points of his, and he killed like 9 kill points to me. I did lose the game, but overall, he was a fun guy to play. I enjoyed the game. It was a good first game. Army was a little slow to play. He didn't have like the preset dice. He said he normally brings like 100 dice or whatever, and like a block or whatever, so he knows how many he rolls. Because he was shooting with the front rank fire, second rank fire for 50-man platoons of guardsmen, and there were so many dice. It was absolutely crazy. Overall, yeah, I sat down, and I can't really deal with that type of guard army. I couldn't kill it all, so what I tried to do is tie it up, get objectives, kill what I needed to kill. But he just outswarmed me, overwhelmed me with just guardsmen, and I couldn't really deal with that, and he played very well. The army list itself, he got a very low comp score, which was odd because he wasn't packing as, he was only, I think he had 6 last cannons, and he had like maybe under 10 melta-guns. But the thing is, yes, it is Blob Guard, and there's hundreds of guardsmen. It's very hard to deal with, but overall, he seemed like an awesome player if he wasn't playing that army. The army, you don't really take enjoyment from playing that kind of army. It's just you understand that you can't do much to it, so you just try and work around it. Same thing as the guard I played in 4th round, which I'll talk about later. And yeah, so that was the first round of the GT. And yes, this isn't the most exact and perfect battle report. I just wanted to do an overview. I'm not going to do a turn by turn, this happened and then this shot this. I'm just going to do a general overview of what happened throughout the game and who won.